Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for May 2024. We're just gonna, or 2023. I keep saying 2024 for some reason, but whatever. We're just gonna jump right in here. You have the celebration card. It says there will be a celebration in relation to your work. And are you kidding? You have the sun and the star. This is fame and fortune here, Aries. So I'm not suggesting that you're going to become famous, but I do love to see the sun and the star. I mean, this could literally represent a raise or a promotion. Whenever this happens, I always tell people to get as much attention as you possibly can because, you know, in like work, especially because it could lead to a raise or a promotion. And it looks like that to me. If you work in social media, again, this would say get as much attention as you possibly can. You know, I pretty much always say this right now because we have Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto and Aquarius is amazing for getting attention. It's amazing for standing out, and we're talking about positive attention here. We're not talking about like getting a bunch of negative attention, but you know, anything you can do to stand out, to get people's eyes on you is going to be a good thing. This could also be good for love, whatever you want. This looks more like a work reading to me. I mean, you end with the Eight of Pentacles as well, but really, really nice. You have the sun here, so a lot of happiness and reasons to celebrate are coming in for you here, so I like that. I would say here as well, on the bottom of this celebration card, it says, you're, what does it say? I need glasses. It says, you're burned out from work. It says, you're burned out from work. Add a little fun. And your last card is this play card. You also have this playmate card showing up here, which is crazy. It's always weird to me when this happens from like different deck creators, but pretty interesting. So, you know, I kind of feel a little bit of too much work here. Maybe you've been working too hard. Maybe you need to go on a vacation or celebrate or do something that you love to do. Even the star would tell me that you need to kind of like have some resting, relaxing, recovering time. She is recovering from a tower moment. So, you know, some of you maybe have had a tower moment in the recent past, like some sort of challenging surprise. For others, it's kind of interesting because, you know, it's like popping into my head, Aries, that maybe it's like maybe something kind of shook you up a little bit in like your business and it kind of got your ass moving. You know, I'll just give you an example. It's like YouTube, you know, has made a lot of changes recently. And it's like, so I've made a lot of changes recently. Like there's a lot of extra stuff that I've been really focusing on to make sure that, you know, if something happens to YouTube, I'm not saying it is going to happen, but if it does, I'm kind of like setting myself up to make sure that I have something else going on. And, you know, I kind of feel that for you where it's like maybe something happened in your life that kind of shook you up a little bit and it caused you to make a change. And whatever it, like now I feel like it's saying, okay, like you made the change. Now it's time to, you know, pat yourself on the back, have a little bit of time for yourself, have a little bit of time to kind of like rest, relax, recover. You have the Queen of Wands here. Again, I wouldn't really call this a love reading, but it is funny. I am getting love here on the Queen of Wands. I actually feel like this is you. It doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like you're just kind of very attractive at this time, Aries. I feel like you could be attracting, you know, new people into your life as well. So definitely something that I would pay attention to with the Queen of Wands. You could be attracting a person who gets a lot of attention, so, you know, definitely something to think about, but we're going to clarify this with, we're going to use the Lenormand to clarify this, and sorry, my phone is going crazy, let me just, let me turn that off there. There we go. Sorry about that, Aries. With the sun, you have the ring. The ring is a card of commitment, marriage. So really, really good if you are attracting a person into your life. But really, this is a card that could represent committing to something like a new business idea, a new direction. It can also represent things kind of coming full circle. You know, things kind of, you know, it's like the ring is closing off, if that makes sense. And I get that feeling here where it's like, okay, like it's almost like the universe is saying to you that you've done a good job, you've set yourself up, and now it's time to take a break. So, you know, I'm not suggesting that you stop working, but I do feel this is saying you need to do something for yourself, like even if it's just something small. With the star, you have this Lilith card. You know, I feel like either you're very drawn to someone or someone is very drawn to you. This is not a Lenormand card. This deck has some extra oracle cards in it. And, you know, I feel like either you're really drawn to someone or someone's very drawn to you. I mean, Sun and the Star is a lot of attention. So, you know, this could be a person that you're very attracted to or they're very attracted to you. And, But, we go to the Four of Swords here, and it's like this lady is offering a flower to this guy who is sleeping. So, I'm wondering if either you have been healing or you're attracting a person who has been going through healing. And it's almost like I almost feel like someone needs to wake up here. It's like either you have to wake this person up or they have to wake you up, take it how it resonates. But someone needs to be more playful, more awake. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Rider. I knew that was talking about love. I mean, literally, this is a card of the Knight in Shining Armor. It can represent news. It can also represent needing to take action. You're an Aries, so, you probably love to take action, is what I would say. I do get the feeling, it's kind of interesting. I feel going this way, that it could be an Earth sign that you're attracting or a Capricorn, but I do feel like it's someone who also takes action. It's like you could be attracting a person who has Aries in their chart. Could be like an Aquarius with Aries in their chart, I'm getting as well. The Rider is Aquarius in the Lenormand. Could also be a Scorpio as well. I feel like you've been getting Scorpio with me for a while, or it's like you've been getting a water sign, but like recently it's like shown up in your readings as Scorpio. You have the Death card, you have that Lilith card is Scorpio in this deck as well. So, take it how it resonates, but I feel like someone has to take action here to like wake this person up, or they are waking you up. Next, in the area of, I already forgot what you need to know right now. You have this Playmate card. It says player, playing games, not serious, informal, recreation, sexual partner, hidden benefits, fun activities. I feel, number one, I would be careful of any player energy. Could be a person from the past, just looking over here. But other than that, I feel like you need to be more playful. Like I said, you have that play card at the end. You have some very serious energy in the reading. Not like serious in a bad way, just I feel like you've been working towards improvements, and now it's time to enjoy yourself here, Aries. So, definitely something that needs to happen. You have the Death card, the Four of Swords, and the Three of Cups. Some of you could be letting go of like a player-like energy with the Death card, but for the most part, I kind of feel like the Death card is just talking about a transformation that is happening in your life. I feel like this transformation has to do with your finances, and what's popping into my head intuitively is that this right here represents a white rose on the Death Rider's, flag right here. But that white rose, it kind of on the Death card represents like that pinprick of light in the darkness. It represents the thing that chases the darkness away. So I'm kind of getting like improvements here, that there are improvements coming in for you. You have the Four of Swords. Definitely, I feel you need to take a lot more time for yourself. I even feel like, I'm not saying, I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently, Aries. I'm having like major deja vu as I'm saying this. It's like, I'm pretty sure I said to you recently that I'm not suggesting that things are getting like super easy for you, or like things are getting like ridiculously much more easier for you, like in work or business, but it's almost like you could be kind of doing things where you don't have to work so much. I hope that makes sense. It's like, or you could also just be organizing your daily routine. You could be getting more organized, which makes your day easier. And, I'm getting all of that. I think that would be a good idea. I also feel if you're attracting a person, there could be a person who is like truly a blessing coming in for you. You have the Three of Cups here. Three Cups is a celebration, so, the whole entire reading is encouraging celebrations. It's also saying that there will be a celebration coming in for you, probably because of some sort of work success, is what I would say, like improvements in your finances, or it's like you've done something to make work better. With the Death card, you have the Snake card. I do feel like this could be the end of a tricky person. Like I said, I would be careful of any players with that Playmate card. The Snake can represent like a hidden enemy. It can represent someone who is deceitful. I'm pretty sure it was you that like last week maybe I was saying that there could be someone who's like cheating or who has cheated, or someone who just belongs to the streets, right? So if you have a person like that, I would definitely be careful. But you have the Death card. So, that really tells me that you're probably getting away, getting out of a situation like that, if that even is for you. With the Four of Swords, you have the Stork. The Stork can represent a new beginning, kind of like the birth of something new. Storks deliver babies, so it kind of represents a transition, but it can represent kind of like a rebirth as well. I'm not really getting, it can represent birth, like a child, but, that could be true for some of you, but I'm really just getting rebirth here. And also, we go like this from the Rider. It could just be the birth of a new connection, for those of you that want love or that are hoping for a love connection. With the Three of Cups, you have this Bees card. Again, this is an Oracle card, not an actual Lenormand card. This card can represent, good things coming in for you. It can also represent, I have the word results popping into my head as well. So, it does say sweet results on the card. So I feel like there is like some sort of result for the work that you've been doing. And that's where the celebration is coming from. We've basically been saying that this whole entire time. If you're attracting a person as well, I feel, again, they could just be very like sweet, very kind-hearted, just a kind person is kind of what I'm getting here. So there you go. That looks good. Next, you have this ending card. This is from the Threads of Fate Empyrean Oracle, which is awesome. It is like holographic. Full disclosure, I have a business relationship with Threads of Fate, but they are launching 3 new decks. This video isn't sponsored, but there is a link to their new launch down below. And again, I do have a business relationship with them, so you should probably know that. But, again, I feel like there could be some sort of ending. Probably what you're ending is toxic energy in your life. It's kind of weird because the reading is very good, but you come down to the Moon and the Five of Swords. I'm wondering if something is being exposed for you. You have the Five of Swords and the Moon. It's almost like I see this as exposure, like something being exposed in your life. Not like in a bad way. It could upset you. I'm not going to like sugarcoat what I'm feeling here. It's like you could learn about an ex, cheating on you or being a player. I get that for some of you. And again, it's like, is that bad or good? I would say it's really like neither. I think that maybe it hurts, right? But at the same time, you have the truth. So you're kind of getting maybe closure in that sense. So I would be careful of that. Number one, if you don't want to know that, right? I would block a person or whatever. I kind of feel like you had suspicions about a person and they're true. The other thing I'm getting here is that for some of you, I feel like you could be waking up to something as well. Like a person, like it's almost like you're waking up to their tricky ways. I feel like you're waking up to all their tricks and all their BS, and you're just maybe choosing to walk away with these 2 cards. It's almost as if these 2 cards and also this one right here, it's like this is one story in the reading, but you could be healing from this, Tower, all this here. And the Nine of Swords says to me that you're ending a never-ending nightmare. Nine of Swords is going to bed, having a nightmare, waking up, being in a nightmare. So I see a lot of you could be like ending a nightmare here. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness. I kind of feel this is mostly your focus. Like you're focusing on your resources. You're focusing on increasing your resources. If you're attracting love, if you want love, I feel like you literally could be attracting a person who is very resourceful as well, because it's like you're matching energy. You're becoming resourceful. You're attracting a person who's resourceful. If you're becoming successful, you're attracting a person who's becoming successful. So I really see you kind of, it's like you're matching the energy. I don't know. Whatever. You have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands, new adventure. This is like I think this is your most important card here. As ridiculous as that sounds, it's probably maybe the smallest card here, but I feel like you're on this new adventure in life. I feel like you're going in a new direction. And we go from here down to the Nine of Swords. Devil, basically death, snake. This is basically devil energy, right? Going down to the Nine of Swords here. Or you can go this way towards a celebration, towards a new beginning. I would go this way here, Aries, obviously. I think that something is just a dead end, like a person. It doesn't even have to be a person. It could be anything. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the 4-leaf clover card. It is a card of luck, an increase in your finances. It can represent unexpected benefits and success coming into your life as well. So, I feel for a lot of you, I feel really good. It can represent like a second chance as well. And I do feel there could be a second chance here, but it's not like in love. I feel like there's a second chance to try something in business that didn't work. Or it could be love, but as in a new person. It's like maybe you're getting a second chance to find true love, and I really feel that for you. With the Page of Wands, you have the Bear. The bear kind of represents overbearing energy. Again, just like a small little challenge here, Aries. I do feel like some of you, and I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently as well, I get this energy for you where it's almost like you have to push through like just a little bit of something. I know that sounds stupid, but it's like sometimes I think, it's like there are things I want to do, right? And it's like I really sometimes have to force myself because sometimes I'm just tired, right? And I just don't have the energy. But it's like I know when I build something up that it's going to be valuable in the future. It's like I'm writing a book, for example, right? It's like I don't really like writing, number one, but I do want to do this. It's something I want to get done in my life. It's something I want to accomplish. Whether it does well or not, I don't care. It's something I want to do. But it's like some days I really have to kind of like force myself to do it, right? And, I kind of get that energy for you here, but it's like also one of those things. I think what you need to say to yourself is it's like, yeah, writing this book, it's going to take me, I've only been writing it for like, 2 months now. It's going to take me probably another 6 months, right, to finish it. And then I have to continue the process after, obviously getting it edited and all that other stuff because I'm, I don't know grammar, right? And what I would say here is that, but it's something that's going to last for a long time. And I'm not saying this to toot my own horn here. I'm saying this because I feel like you could be doing something where it's like you have to maybe push it. Maybe you have to kind of like force yourself to do it, but it's something that's going to last a long time. This could even be getting into a new relationship as well. It's like, there's that initial phase where you kind of have to learn each other and, develop the relationship. But it's like, I feel like this is something that could last a long time. For some of you, it could be like, again, you're waking a person up. Maybe you start flirting with a person. Maybe that's hard for you, right, to flirt with a person. But it's like once you do it, it's going to last for a long time. I don't know. That's what I'm getting there. Love it. With the Five of Swords and the Moon, I'm telling you, this person's a mess. If this is a person, if this is a toxic person here, this person is a disaster. I feel like they are confusing. I feel like they are confused. I feel like they have no clue what they want in life, and they're just all over the place. So it could be a Gemini, by the way, I'm getting. So if you have a Gemini, or if you were dating a Gemini, it could be a person who has a lot of Gemini in their chart as well. Take it how it resonates. I feel like this person doesn't know their ass from their elbow, right? I feel like this person probably puts their shoes on backwards in the morning. So nope. That's what I'm going to say there. That's all I got. Next, for messages from your future self, you have this play card. Clearly, you need to play more. We said this already. You have the Page of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. Too much work. So I feel like you are working. But look, on this Eight of Pentacles, in this deck, the After Tarot, he has already received the results. He's looking at the results. So it's like you have the results. And, I really feel there's like a lot of abundance and good things coming in for you. But I feel like you also need to make sure that you're like enjoying the fruits of your labor. A big thing that I've done over the past like 4 years or so is I've really made sure to celebrate my wins. Like back in the day, I used to like have a win and I would just rush right past it. I just wouldn't even celebrate it, wouldn't even care, right? But it's like I think when we stay in that energy of winning, when we take even our small wins and we really celebrate those wins, you have the celebration card here, then we kind of like stay in that energy longer, so then we attract more wins into our life. So, I definitely feel you need to do that. You have the Page of Pentacles, definitely a new person coming in for you. I feel like this person, if you're attracting love, this person's probably a very hard worker as well that you're attracting. Definitely could be an earth sign. And if it's not, I don't know, I'm leaning towards earth is what I would say. Even, I doubt that, what I would say is it could be like a Scorpio, Taurus, I said, right? I think I said Taurus. You have a lot of Taurus here. Could be an Aquarius as well. Could be any sign, general reading. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. I feel like they're probably a hard worker. I feel like you see them, it's kind of interesting as well, because I feel like you see them one way, but they're like very complex, I feel like you're kind of attracting a person that you'll never get bored of. I feel like they have a lot of moving parts. Maybe literally, but, I feel like they kind of are very deep, So you could be attracting that type of person. Someone's younger. I feel like there's an age difference here as well. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, a lot of material success coming in for you. You just got to get away from this, like, past person. I always tell people always say, like, Chris, why don't you read about exes? Like, why do you always tell people not to go back to exes? First off, I don't care what anyone does. Do whatever you want, right? Number one, tarot shouldn't tell you what to do. Number two, it's like when you talk about an ex, you're telling the same story over and over and over and over again. It's like you watch, I have nothing against these readers, by the way, that read for exes. I said in an interview with Leo King like a while ago, he asked me what I thought about this. And I said, you know what? I said, here's the thing, is it's like, maybe it would take a person like 2 years to get over an ex if they didn't have tarot, right? But maybe it only takes you 6 months, because maybe after hearing the reader tell you about this bozo, and about all their problems, like for 6 months, maybe you're like, you know what? That person had a lot of problems. I'm over it. So, maybe listening to those readings cuts it down by like a quarter of the time, right? So that's why I fully support those readers that read about exes, because maybe it actually does help. I don't know. I have no proof, but that's my intuition. But what I would say my problem with it is that you're just telling yourself the same story over and over and over again. So even if you attract a new person, you're just going to attract a person who's exactly the same. So we have to change our story. Are you kidding me? With the Page of Pentacles, you have the book card. Like, what is the book about? Books are all about stories. So there's a new story coming in for you here. And I feel like I feel like you need to tell yourself a new story. This is one of my favorite cards in the Lenormand. It's a card of hidden or secret information. Whenever I get this card, it's always a clue to me that if you are trying to work on anything in your life, that you should learn more about it, because you might find like a little golden nugget that is very valuable to you. So don't be afraid to learn. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Mountain. It's like, I feel like this is saying, don't keep thinking about hard work. You know, if all you're thinking is, oh, how can I work hard on this? I would say no. Like, how can you work smarter on this, right? You know, I always use the example of AI. You know, AI it's like, I think it's a little bit over exaggerated. I've been using it for a couple of years now. I've been using Jasper for a while and stuff like that. Before, I was doing it before all the cool kids were using it, right? And what I would say is, it's not as good as people think, number one, and you have to really teach it what to do. But I feel like, it is good for kind of like getting some groundwork going on like whatever it is that you're doing, you know, and I've used it for like sales copy and things like that. And it's like good for like the basics, right? And you really have to teach it what to do. But where I'm going with this is like, there might be some tools in your business, or there might be, you know, things that you could be doing right now in work or your career that would make things a little bit easier. So don't be afraid to learn about like new things. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Tree. Everyone's had this card. This is a card of longevity. It's a card of like getting into something long term. So again, if you're building a relationship, I do feel you could be getting into something that is very long term, very good. I like it. So there you go. We're going to get started here. By the way, I just have to say this. It popped into my head. We have the snake, the bear, and the tree. I feel like just because you've been with someone for a long time is not a good reason to go back to them. It literally popped into my head. So again, sometimes I think we stay with a person because we have history with them. And I feel like this is saying, if you have a past bozo who you know is a cheater coming back, don't do it. You have this love card because there's new love coming in for you. We're pulling 5 main themes now. I feel like there's a very solid connection, something that will make you very happy, you know, something really good coming in for you. I'm also getting that it's going to make your ex jealous. So I don't support that type of message, but, you know, it did pop into my head. So there you go. You have this constancy card. Yes, this is a card of something being predictable, something being constant. And I feel like you could be attracting a person who is a constant in your life. They don't like run away and like do random stuff. You know, there you go. You have this younger woman card. Again, you could be the younger woman. You could be attracting a younger woman. Take it how it resonates. I definitely felt an age difference on the Page of Pentacles. Next, you have this servant card. Yeah, I actually feel like you could be really attracting a person who does serve you. Not like a servant, not like a slave, not like a creepy way. I mean this in a good way. It's like they just, you know, I feel like they are sweet. Like I said, with that bees card, they want to take care of you. They want to help you. I feel like you want to do this for them as well. So it's not like, you know, it's not like this is out of balance, you know? I feel like this is good. And finally, you have this misfortune card. Everyone has had this or the Tower. To me, they're basically the same card. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw global tower moments. Again, we're going to see more banks collapse. People keep asking me about the bank collapses, and I keep saying, well, all the banks are going to collapse. The whole entire financial system is collapsing. So it's like, it's a broken system I would be focusing on building something new. You know, I think, people keep asking me, like, how can we fight it and all this other stuff? I'm like, yeah, but when you're fighting for something that's already broken, you might as well build something new. So I encourage people to build, not fight, not go to war, not break, right? I think it's a much better time for building, especially Pluto and Aquarius, all about building something new. So don't get caught up in, people that are screaming the sky is falling and all this other stuff. But damn, really good reading here, Aries. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.